Reemi and welcome back to my channel where K-pop and gaming meet, and welcome to a fun little thing that I'm gonna try to do today. Today, I wanted to talk about my top 5 favorite K-pop albums that I currently own. These are gonna be from groups that you guys probably already know that I love, and talk about like the significance of these albums to me and why they're my top 5 that I own. If you guys can't see, I own a lot of K-pop albums, so this was kind of hard to narrow down, but we're gonna try and do it today because I wanted to try something new on my channel. I want to like start incorporating like fun little things like the top 5 favorite albums. I might do top 5 favorite K-pop fashions in the future, top 5 favorite members. I don't know, something fun, like just to spice it up, because I know you guys love when I do reactions, but I also want to like do some other fun little things on the channel that you guys can enjoy. So without further ado, let's get into this and let's talk about my top 5. Starting with number 5, we've got BTS's Wings. So I, like a lot of other people, got into BTS first as far as like jumping into the K-pop world. If you guys don't know the story, I got into BTS on New Year's Eve of 2017. My best friend was talking about how she really was excited because BTS was performing on one of the New Year's Eve shows and she had nobody to talk to about it, and I was like, let me know, I don't know anything about them. You know, I love new stuff and I love getting into new stuff. So she introduced me to BTS. She went through a whole bunch of the music videos and the songs with me. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like this. Hold up, let me find out. This is something I've never, like, I knew about Gangnam Style and Sorry, but I didn't know it was like Super Junior. But this is like the first K-pop group that I got introduced to and like really understood like this is what K-pop is supposed to be like. This album in particular is my favorite because it's, oh my goodness, where do I even begin? Let's just start off with the fact that each member has like a solo song, and each solo song is so good. My favorite being Stigma. I just love anytime Taehyung sings in like his lower register. It's my favorite. He's like deep voice. And Stigma, this song was like very emotional. Oh my goodness. Also Reflection, RM solo song. I love that freaking song so much. All of them songs are like very emotional, but I feel like those 2 songs in particular are what like really drew me in. I always say that I don't like ballads, but something about this album, like most of the songs aside from like maybe J-Hope's song, was like really slow, and I was like, it made you feel a lot of things, especially when it comes to like the videography. Like I think it's like a whole little movie aspect. This is one of the main reasons why I really like K-pop, and especially BTS. Up until this time, I hadn't really seen a lot of music videos or like stories in like music videos. So when I got into BTS and I got into Wings, I saw that whole cinematography that they had going on. It drew me in. I used to do acting in like high school and college, and I love like stuff that just like draws me in and just like makes me feel a lot of things. And I had never seen anything like this before, so I was like, wow. Just like how everybody's music video or song just like wove into the next song. It was really cool. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm picturing it in my head and I'm just like, wow. Also, just like the photo album itself is just like really cool. I'm gonna show you guys some of the pictures. I know some of you guys have probably seen some of these already, but I just love the way they took the photos. Wait, hold on. This is like really cool. And like being a baby K-pop stan back in 2017/2018, this was like, I was like, I've never seen anything so like cool before. And it also had the lyrics and stuff in there. I just thought it was really cool. And this is definitely one of this is my favorite BTS album. Like I like Love Yourself Her also, but this one, it just, every time I listen to this album, it does something like emotionally deep down inside, and I just love this album so much. Moving on to number 4, we're gonna talk about GOT7 because I love me some GOT7, and my favorite GOT7 album is Present You. I think this is the first GOT7 album that I bought. Yes, it's the first GOT7 album that I bought, and it's special to me because I got it with my friend. We went to, I think, FYE, and we got some like K-pop albums. Anything incorporating my friend, the one who got me into K-pop, Gabby, if you're seeing this, hi. Anything dealing with like K-pop and Gabby and just like fun memories, it's always gonna be one of my faves. So Present You is my fave because we went and got these albums together, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I bought this album. And when I got the album, you know, you do your little unboxings together and stuff like that, and I happened to get my bias, and I was freaking out. I was like, what the fuck? And I thought JB would just be like, oh, this is just the cover. This would be like the first time I ever realized like there are individual albums that you could get. I just picked it up and was like, yeah, let me get this one. I had no idea that it would be JB. I had no idea that he was gonna be the entire booklet. So it was cool. I was like, what is my luck right now? So Present You has a very special place in my heart. This is my first time getting my bias as an album. Not to mention, this is another one that everybody has like a solo album in. Solo song, and everybody's solo songs are so amazing. I feel like everyone's solo song like fits their personality or like their color in the group, and I love it so much. My favorites being Made It, which is Jackson's song, and Sunrise, which is JB's song. So it was really, really cool. Lullaby in itself is a freaking amazing song, and if you guys don't know GOT7, you need to get on your GOT7. The artistry in GOT7 is just so freaking amazing. I usually have this hanging up, but I think my command strips are dying. But this is the cover that came with the album. So I stripped this off, and I saw that I had JB. This is what the cover originally looked like, and it's so pretty. If you guys know anything about me, I love men in pastels, and this whole album was just like them in pastels. When I watched comeback stages for this and they just had pastels on, I was like, oh my god, this is made for me. This is so beautiful. I freaking love this album. All right, moving on to my third favorite K-pop album that I own. We have to, you know, I can't have a top 5 favorite K-pop album that I own without talking about Monsta X. You guys cannot see that at all because it's white. But this is Monsta X's second album, and it's called Take One. Are You There? This one is one of my favorite Monsta X albums. Okay, so I bought this album, and back in the day we used to have a thing called V Live, and this came with, I believe it was a QR code, and it gave you like a special message from one of the members. And I, again, with the luck that I have, for some odd reason, I got my bias, and if you guys don't know who my bias is in Monsta X, it's Juhan. So I got a special message from Juhan, and you could go back and rewatch it multiple times. It was like saved on your personal account. I don't know if I still have that. I probably don't, because V Live is not a thing anymore, which sucks. Ugh. But I love this album because this is my first Monsta X comeback. This is for the comeback shootout. So shootout. You guys know the vibes. You guys know the vibes. Like, I had seen other Monsta X music videos and stuff like that, but this is the first one that like I was an actual fan for, and like this album solidified me being a mom baby, and I just love these guys so much. I talk about them all the time. Whenever they have comebacks, I'm like, I always like try to figure out if I want to watch it by myself or if I want to react to it with you guys. But you guys know I love me some Monsta X. They're my one half of my favorite K-pop groups, which we'll get into the other half later on, because you know I had to put them in here too. Out of all the groups that I have, I think that Monsta X and NCT are tied for like my second place, or how many albums that I have of both of them being 6. I still got to get the rest of them. I'm slacking, but you know, sometimes K-pop albums are like kind of expensive, but I just genuinely love the artistry. I'm gonna talk about the artistry of like all of these groups, so if you hear me say artistry throughout this video, you know why. But I just genuinely love the artistry of Monsta X. Like their writing, their producing, just like they always put their all into whatever they're doing as a group and solo wise. Just like, I love when I can tell that like a group puts like 170,000% into what they're doing, and like you can genuinely tell that they love being artists and idols and all that stuff. So it's a no-brainer for me to be a Monbebe, and this being like the first album that I bought from them, it like has a soft spot in my heart. Yeah, I just genuinely really love Monsta X. I can't wait for my guys to get out of the military. I miss them so freaking much. It's not the same. It's not the same without them. Come back. I can't wait for you guys to come back. Moving on to my number 2. If you guys don't know, listen, you can see one of the members in the background right now. So you already know I'm gonna talk about EXO and my favorite EXO album that I own, and probably just my favorite EXO album in general, The War, Power of Music. This album, this is the repackaged album, but this album is a freaking bop. Like, let me tell you guys, there's no, like, this is straight listen through. There's no skips on this album. If you guys don't remember like what's on this album, let me read it off to you. Because first, you start off with The Eve. You guys know The Eve. Y'all know that. That's, yes. Then you got Power. We got that power. Then you go into Sweet Lives. It's like a slower song, but it's really good, and it's like, let me not get into it. Then you got Coco Bop. Everybody know Coco Bop. It goes down, baby. Then you got What You Do, Forever, Boomerang, Diamond. I think Diamond is like all the other songs are really good, but I really like Diamond, and I like the dance for Diamond. If you guys on your like free time, if you guys ever want to go watch them perform Diamond on like one of their tours, check out Diamond. Touch It, Chill, Walk on Memories. I can't read. And Going Crazy. This whole album is just straight listen through. And then let's get into the artwork, because it's like a comic book and I freaking love it. It tickles my like nerd brain so much. I love the artwork for this. It's so freaking pretty. And then you can look at the back. I think this came with a comic as well. I don't have everything that's in here because I have like a little photo album in which I like to keep all my K-pop albums and stuff in. So I don't have everything that it came with. It came with a lot of stuff. Let me first start off. But here's one of Xiumin. This one is usually hanging up, like with all the other stuff. So I got to put it up somewhere. When I moved, I had to take all my stuff down. So it's not where it's supposed to be, but it's so cool. It gives you like, it tells you all about like his number in EXO, his power, group affiliation, all that stuff. It's really cool. And then one of the photo cards that came with it is Dio. So I was like, yes, I love this album. I was actually torn between putting this album or an EXO CVX album on here, and I went with like this album because it's basically a full group and it's my favorite EXO album. But I knew like an EXO album had to be on this list because EXO's albums are just so Every time I hear an EXO album, I'm just like, damn, they are so good musically and writing and all that good stuff. And I didn't know where I was gonna put them. And then I saw this album and I was like, oh yeah. This has to be number 2. Because this album is the shit. Hands down. All right, now we're getting into our number 1, and you guys already know because what would my top 5 be without the other half of my favorite K-pop group, which you guys already know is 17. And my favorite K-pop album that I own from them is Teenage. This one's special because this was actually a gift from none other than my best friend. And this is my favorite 17 album for many reasons. One, let's get into like the songs on here. All the songs are on here are freaking bop. This is another straight listen through album, and I'm gonna read off some of the ones that you guys should know on here. Change Up, the first leaders song that they had. Change Up is a freaking vibe. Baksu, which is Clap. Everybody knows Baksu. And then you got Bring It on here, and then all the like units have like a specific song on here. So you got Trauma, Lili Yappa, and then you got Pinwheel. Those songs are so good. I love when they do unit songs, and the unit songs always slap. And then one of my favorites is the song that Vernon and Joshua did together, which is Rocket. It's like me and my best friend's like BFF song, so this hits so hard. Every time I hear it, like every time I just hear any song from this album, it just makes me feel a lot of things. The way that like BTS Wings makes me feel is just how this album makes me feel. It's like it unlocks a certain memory in my head, and it takes me back to like 2018, 2019, like my first few years of being like a little baby K-pop stan. Flows back like really great memories. I went to KCON to see 17, specifically 17. I got to see them on tour like the following year. Every time I talk about 17, it's just like so many emotions come through my mind. I really love this group. Like I said, they're my favorite, along with Monsta X. And this album is just magical to me. I'm just looking at like the artwork and just looking at how, I don't know, just let me stop talking about this album. This is gonna bring some like emotions. But this is my favorite like 17 album, and I just love it. And I cherish all the memories that I have of like, this isn't my first comeback with 17, unfortunately, but it was, what was my first comeback with them? I got into them like 2018, 2019, probably like Hit, I think, maybe, I don't know, or is it Home? I can't remember, it's been so long, but this is my favorite album. I could listen to this album and just like the songs on it on repeat constantly. I have a 17 playlist in which I have like all the songs, and I just listen to it straight through, and I'm just like, there's like, I honestly can say that I don't think that 17 has a bad song. The songwriting, the production, everything that goes into 17, just like where they started from and everything about this group, just like it really drew me in. I feel like 17 is a once in a lifetime group, and I just hope that they continue to succeed and reach for the stars and accomplish all of their dreams and everything. I just love this group so much. I have nothing bad to say ever about them. I really love this album, and I could keep talking about them forever, but I'm gonna stop. Guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what are some of your favorite K-pop albums that you own, or what's a favorite album that you own. It doesn't have to be K-pop, but just let me know in the comments down below. Let me know how you enjoyed this type of video where it's just me talking about like my favorite things, my favorite albums. I'm definitely gonna do more of these in the future. I just gotta figure out like what I want to do, but let me know in the comments down below how you felt about this video. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Check out some of my reactions that I do. Follow me on all my social medias. They are reemiesworld. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night or morning, wherever you may be in the world. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.